So Tibalt Trickery, I think, is a good deck in Pioneer. It is a deck that requires very little thinking. Very little thinking, just mulliganing to Tibalt Trickery plus Stonecoil Serpent, and then hoping to not brick. When you hit Tibalt Trickery Stonecoil, you're very unlikely to brick. Your bricks are the other 3 copies of Trickery and Explosive Singularity. Everything else is basically going to win the game on the spot, with the exception of Peer into the Abyss, which in theory is going to like draw you half your library. You'll be able to do it again next turn, with a lower chance to brick. I was playing Ugin in my first draft last night of the deck, and I actually lost a lot of the times that I put Ugin into play, so I ended up playing Kozilek the Great Distortion. I think Kozilek's really good because you mulligan so aggressively that a lot of times this is going to draw you 5 to 7 cards. So on turn 2, put a 12 minutes into play, draw 7 cards, have a good chance to be able to do it again next turn after that. And so I do think that you want 22. You want to strive for around 22 win the game cards and 4 bricks is kind of a good formula, and then have I kind of went to play 30 lands. 29 is fine, but 30 lands so that you can mulligan really really low and feel that you're going to be pretty consistently able to find those lands. The Scrylands specifically, I think, really help you mulligan to 3, where you can a lot of times just mulligan to 3, and if your 3-card hand is a Scryland, a Trickery, and a Stonecoil Serpent, then all of a sudden, you're incredibly likely to just win on turn 2, or effectively win on turn 2. We have Stormtide Leviathan for aggro decks that can't beat Stormtide, although some of them can. Void Winnower for control and combo, and then in matchups where Nephalia Academy is bad, which is non-discard decks, you want to play some number of either Blast or Radiant Fountain. You're winning a lot more than you're losing, and that was definitely my experience last night. Just winning more than I'm losing mindlessly too. So this hand does not contain Trickery, Stonecoil, we mulligan. I think that you just mulligan every hand that it has at least 3 cards or more that has no Trickery, Stonecoil. Okay, so this hand has Trickery, Stonecoil, and this is actually the nuts. It may not look like the nuts, but this hand has a Nephalia Academy on the play, so even if my opponent has Thoughtseize, I just put the Trickery back on top and win on turn 2 anyways. So even if we're up against Rakdos, even if they have turn 1 Thoughtseize, we just put the Trickery back on top. Oh, where'd my match go? My opponent has played Llanowar Elves Stomping Ground. We go. Yeah, you have to. If you're gonna play this deck of Magical, you have to hold control in order to be able to respond to your own spell. And now we cast Emergent Ultimatum. We get Explosive Singularity, the Tarrasque, Peer into the Abyss, and we win. Turn 2, baby. Match 1, game 1. Alt win cons, 9 months. Thank you. I did mess with the Apostles. This version felt a lot better. It's faster. Faster and can mulligan lower because you don't have to have 3 lands, you only need 2 lands when you go off. Okay, so with the Tarrasque and Peer, it doesn't matter how you stack them. Pioneer. What is the hell is this format supposed to be? Door 60 months, thank you, welcome back. Against Stomping Ground Llanowar Elves, they're probably playing that deck Doomwake was playing, the vehicle one with all the Sky Sovereigns. So I'm going to bring in 4 Stormtide Leviathan, which I think is a tech I'm very excited about. Cut the Kozileks. And then I think I'm in for more Radiant Fountains and Blast Zones on the draw over the Academies. But still play 1 Blast Zone. Yeah, this all started with someone in chat what do you think about Tibalt's Trickery and Pioneer? I was like, oh, it's probably not good. And then we started thinking about it more and more and more. And we figured out this Emergent Ultimatum pile. Doesn't boat fly? Creatures without flying or island walk can attack. I guess that's true. Although the boat can't race the Stormtide if you put Stormtide into play on turn 2. And nothing else can attack. Yeah, it was a first-time chatter. A first-time chatter came in and said... No, they suggested Shadowboard Apostle was the first time chatter, but someone else was like, hey, what do you think about this? More spoilers? Okay, we can take a look. We got plenty of time. So there's also an uncommon Mishra, haste, discard a card, draw a card, way better than Vigilance. Whenever you discard a card, add red, it triggers once each turn, so no comboing. Artifact creatures get +2/+2. Make a token of target artifact control, except it's a 1/1. Okay. Permanents you can draw ward, sack a permanent. Each artifact card in the graveyard has an unearthed 3. Okay. Nothing for modern, I think. Yeah, I can get the prediction paid out. Okay, so we're going to 2. You go to 2 sometimes. I won on 2 twice yesterday. The Skrylands definitely help on the low mulligans, but we're gonna get a little lucky. Gonna have to get a little lucky. But the thing about this is, like, you know, if this happens one of your 3 matches, right? You know, it's not the end of the world. I think I bottom any non-Stonecoil Serpent card because we have so many lands. The land that melds Titania could see playing as mana sink and something. Yeah, I mean, I think that we're gonna try the Titania combo. It seems interesting. What are the odds of having both Trickery and Serpent in my starting hand? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Pretty, like, you know, pretty above 50%. I would say, like, if you mulling to 3 to get it, it's probably, I would guess, between like 60 and 70%. There's a 2 to 3 chance, 64% you see it until a mull to 2. Okay, that sounds about right. Which is, I think, like, largely fine. You also do win some amount of the games that they're not both in your hand, right? Like, sometimes you do high roll in these kind of games. Do you feel like it should be a little higher than that? Maybe I'm wrong. Is there any of the 0-mana creature you could play? It doesn't really matter, I think. I think Stonecoil is the best one. Bliss is not legal. Okay, we go to game 3. Is there consideration to get the second X drop in there so you have 8 to go for Trickery? Then you increase your number of bricks by a lot is the problem. By a lot. Right, have it here. Awesome. Back to Stormtide. Is it ever correct to pick the draw? I don't think so. Just be on the play. There's so many 2-mana counter spells in the format too that people play post board. Ulamog, turn 2. Kek W, Pioneer. Yep, Pioneer. Yep, Pioneer. Yeah, we're going to be able to play. The league's going to go pretty quickly, I think. Yeah, Void is another untapped Skryland. I don't think you want to play more than 8 Colorless lands, but you could, potentially. Alright, we'll keep that. That's a card that does something. The Skrylands, I think, are really good, though. Cinder Vines, baby! You got me. Opponents looking at their sideboard. I'm going to bring in Cinder Vines. They're dead. Turn 2 Ulamog on the play, especially when he gets a Mana Elf, is pretty good. They have no cards left in their library. Alright, mulligan. Mulligan. Yeah, Pioneer, speedrun, any percent glitchless. Keep. I think that Rakdos is so popular, I'm just supposed to lead on the Academy, maybe go off turn 3. Obviously, I could just draw a red source and go off turn 2, but I think I really like to try to play around Thoughtseize at these spots. Although maybe I get punished if they just have like Censor on turn 2. Although I could try to scry a land to the top, so I beat Censor here if it's blue-white control. Assuming I don't brick, right? So if they have like main deck Dovin's Veto, we, you know, tricked ourselves. Okay, so because we drew the Tarrasque, we have to get Omniscience, Peer into the Abyss, Explosive Singularity to win here, but that should get the job done. Unless they draw into a counterspell off the Peer into the Abyss. So yesterday we had Torgar in the decks if we drew one, but the problem was like you had to draw exactly Peer for Torgar to be good, so you just want Omniscience instead. You can always Peer yourself. Yeah, if they give me Omniscience Peer, I'll probably just Peer myself. Okay, so they give me Omniscience, Explosive Singularity, so target them. Casting Singularity is weird on Magic Online because you need to like not tap any creatures to cast it. Pioneer! This is Pioneer! Okay. This is Pioneer, I guess. Okay, so in this matchup, I've actually been bringing in the Void Winnowers, and then I'm like kind of unsure what to cut. Like I've been cutting like 2 lands and then playing like 2 Blast Zone and like going down 2 Ulamog. Let's try this. This is like up on hits, but Void Winnower is really good against them, I think. Maybe I'm wrong about it. All right, we have a combo. But we're also the draw, so they can have, you know, something. This is about the London Mulligan, isn't it? I mean, there's very few decks that you know, this is like the London Mulligan, but or the London Mulligan is this weird in. So the question is, I don't think we can play around Sensei. There's just too many 3-mana counterspells, right? They almost started to cast something. I'm not going to play around Sensei. We'll just win game 3 if they have it. No thinking, just trickery. Alright, not finishing the game. Game 3. Maybe Winnower's actually not as good as I think. We'll play like, let's play 2 and then get more Kozileks in. Yeah, because it could go to Fairy Minus actually. Let's not bring it in. Maybe this needs to be something else. Although it's still, you still probably want it for Lotus Field combo. Easy. You're on the draw? Too bad, opponent. Too bad. Oh, you're on the draw. You're on the draw. That must suck. Obviously, we could brick. Although one of our bricks is in our hands, so we're a little bit less likely. And we also boarded up hits. No, wait, so we did. We boarded them back out. Never mind. Okay, Kozilek is actually, as far as hits goes, maybe the weakest. Still a 12-12, draw 3. Can counter a 2-drop with the Trickery in our hand also. Could channel Sokenzan next turn. They shock in the Hallowed Fountain. Yeah, we could draw another Trickery. Or another... Oh, well. It seems like they have a counterspell up though, right? So I kind of feel like I just want to Sokenzan this turn. And then make them tap out for... Could keep this on top, maybe cast it. Yeah, I think just like make them tap out for an answer to this and then get to go off next turn. Well, I actually have to think. Boo. Cycle Sensor. Yeah, I already have 5 types in the yard. Can we just discard for whatever? Discard. Yeah, we have to have a spell to the stack. Yeah, I think Kozilek's better than Ugin, especially when you mulligan's super low. That 4. Okay, Detention Sphere. I don't have a 3 in my hand. But they're at 4. I also have Ramunap Ruins against Blue-White Control, but I also have the combo again, so... Feeling pretty good. Good brick, I guess. I said Singularity is not a brick. Oh, Emrakul. Man, it really sucks for my opponent that they lost the die roll. Wow. Imagine losing the die roll in Pioneer. I guess if they have Verdict in their hand, we kind of lose, unless they have Hallowed Fountain. Okay. Just Field of Ruin, fail to find. So if they draw, yeah, they're dead even if they draw another D-Sphere. Sure sucks to lose the die roll opponent. I don't know what you want from me. No, I don't. That was game 3. Feels like you're probably gonna like lose one of the matches so often though. I don't know. But it'll have like a high win percentage in the RC. Worst match should be Thoughtseize. Like, you have Nephalia Academy to help against Thoughtseize. But yeah, Thoughtseize can be tough. That's on the Mold 6. Oh! Easy peasy. Pioneer! What is this format? Wait, why did you mulligan? You mulligan every hand that doesn't have Stonecoil plus Trickery. You mulligan every hand that doesn't have Stonecoil plus Trickery. I'll keep it to 10. You tapped out on turn 1? Why are you tapping out on turn 1? This is Pioneer. You gotta hold up your spell pierce. You gotta hold up your spell pierce. What are you doing? Okay, just the Tarrasque, so we have to kill them next turn. Literally, what are you doing, opponent? I bet half the people in chat don't know what the Tarrasque does. It's a 10-10, ward 10. When it attacks, you fight a creature. Haste if you only get haste ward 10 if you cast it. I imagine losing the die roll in Pioneer. Imagine tapping out turn 1 on the draw. Couldn't be me, huh? Literally could not be me. Opponent's like, what? I'm just trying to play my Insole artifact deck. I'm just trying to cast Bomat Courier. This deck is super duper fun. Just like all Pioneer though, better in small doses, you know what I mean? Better in small doses. Oh, whoops. Where's the match window? Okay, I can see it. I'm trying to get the screen resized. There we go. Okay. I bet they can't beat a Stormtide Leviathan. We'll find out, I guess. We're gonna play Blast Zone over Academy. Yeah, this is also why I wanted to lead on Esper Food today. It was like I didn't want to do this the whole stream. And if I led on this though, whatever I played after was not going to be as fun, so I thought about just doing a shorter stream with just Trickery, but since I'm taking tomorrow off for Vegas, I wanted to, not do super short stream. They get Soul Ornithopter, Artifact Ornithopter. That doesn't even like win the race, probably. We'll see. Pioneer. This is a pretty dumb format. Ugh. Can't log off without getting a 5-0. I didn't 5-0 last night, but I was winning a lot last night. I was also like doing a lot of tweaking and tuning. I was playing a bunch with the Shadowborn Apostle version. So like with Shadowborn Apostle, I was playing like 12, and you like very consistently have your card to hit with Trickery. So you mostly just have to mulligan to Trickery. The problem is you have to have 3 lands plus Trickery, and you don't get to do it on turn 2, which makes you much worse against counterspells. So I think you just want to build this version. What's the reason behind playing the Battle of Eldrazi? You want so if you're talking about Kozilek, so like Kozilek's actually pretty good in this deck where you're casting on turn 2, you mulligan super low, so a lot of times it's going to refill your hand to give you a good chance to combo again, and it's also a 12 minutes on turn 2. But you just need a lot of hits. You need a lot of cards that like win the game on the spot. Okay, this is a great example of mulling to 3 just being good because we're on the draw with a Scry land and a 29 lane deck. We're very likely to go off turn 2. Just this deck mulligans to 3 really well, which the Shadowborn Apostle deck just did not mulligan to 3 very well at all. Not that we're definitely going to find a land, but we're actually super favored on the draw with the Scry. 29 land deck. Gonna tap out. You wanna you wanna Ensoul? No, this is not the mirror. They played Bomat Courier game 1. Okay, they have like Stubborn Denial here, it looks like. Looks like they have Stub. I missed the land. So unlucky, huh? We've been very unlucky this league. Very unlucky this league. Yeah, I'll try to play around Stubborn Denial. I think that's a card they're pretty likely to have, unless they tap out. Then obviously we jam. But it seems like they're very clearly holding something up. We probably can beat Stub. We probably can't beat Spell Pierce. Although, wow, 29 land deck on forward looks at it on the draw, no lands. This is the unluckiest I've ever gotten in a league. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna try to draw one more land. I don't think that this trickery is ever good here, so we'll try to again play around Stub. And the fact that like I'm not going for it here maybe means they like tap out for Ensoul, but I mean that probably never happens, right? Seeing the name of the next card drawn. Okay. Has to be an untapped land too. Why are we running Ramunaps? Your opponent does gain life sometimes. Like the card Cauldron Familiar is actually kind of tough to beat if you hit your Sultai Ultimatum because you deal 20 damage, not 21. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think they're just too likely to kill me next turn. I think I'm gonna go for it. It's never working here. We're gonna game 3. Oh, sorry. Tibalt's Trickery. It was Stubborn Denial. I feel good about trying to play around it on the play for game 3. No, I can't have the Mutavault. With the Mutavault, they put me to 1, but it's also true if I'm going to 1, a lot of my hits don't stabilize me. Lost a game. That's true. If we had Omniscience, Omniscience was our main out there. Yeah, this is our first league today with the deck. You could have drawn Stonecoil. That's true. That's true. Next turn I could have drawn Stonecoil, so I shouldn't have scooped. Right. Why not have a transformative sideboard? Why not tell me in what world could we possibly have a transformative sideboard here? In what world do we possibly have a transformative sideboard where our main deck is like literally 60 cards that don't do anything? And like we can't transform into a real deck. We don't get 60 sideboard cards. Okay, molded 2. Tough to win on a molded 2. I like the untapped Scrylands. Would I consider Void over Blast Zone? I mean, maybe. It's fine. But like, just like, why not a transformative sideboard? I don't know what that would look like, man. That is asking a lot. I did win on 2 molded 2s last night, so Doomwig said he won on a molded 2 today. Although I think my opponent's never tapping out of blue mana. Ooh, digging. We actually beat Stub now. That's nuts. If we draw Stonecoil, but... Testing, did I ever use Torgar's ETB to heal yourself back up to 10? No, I cut Torgar pretty quickly. You just want to get Omniscience instead. If you draw one of your other pieces. Okay, now we don't beat Stub. I mean, we still have to draw a Stonecoil, but that part's easy. We'll do it right now. Oh, never lucky. So you keep that on top, and then my opponent needs to put a spell on the stack, but then I can trickery my own trickery if they do. Are there only 4 0 drops? Yeah, the problem with playing more 0 drops is you're way more likely to break if you play more than just 4. They don't cast anything, yeah. They just put lethal to play next turn, so they're not going to cast anything. I mean, there's not much to do, right? You have to put it on top. It's like way more likely to win the game putting it on top than putting it on bottom. And now we need them to, you know, for some reason, they have no reason to cast anything, so we're probably gonna lose a match. Fate worse than death. Never mind. I mean, they almost definitely have stub, but... I'll do it. Okay. Let's see what we would have hit. If we mill 1, we hit Stonecoil Serpent, but if not, we hit Omniscience, which loses anyways. Should you have waited to see if they counter the first? If we wait, we just lose. If we wait, they just let it resolve and we lose. You can't wait, you have to go for it. Alright, keep. We're up against Karuga, so no counter spells. The Scrylands are so good in this deck. Obviously we're not, you know, lock, but here we go. Omniscience needed. Omniscience, hopefully, yeah. We also have, you know, I guess this is not a brick, sorry, because you can't hit Stonecoil. There's Binding. Yeah, Binding does get some of my stuff. Kozilek is a really bad hit here, actually, because my hand is just full. I only get to draw 1 card. No thinking, just trickery. Right, Emrakul. Stomps me. Temporary lockdown, Supreme Verdict, Fable Passage, okay. So they're going to be able to verdict my Emrakul. Just have to fail to find. So unlucky. We'll just have to find another trickery. We'll basically put them to 5. Yeah, we'll put them to 5 because if they have to shock with the fountain, then, you know, we have Ramunap Ruins into the Bugbear. Could cast it. No, this never cast that here. Maybe if I draw another one, I can cast it. Any thoughts on New Fairy? Not a card I'll see play in probably any 60 card constructed format. Unless there's some combo. Okay, big draw step. Big draw. I mean, we likely have like 3 or 4 more looks at a Tibble's Trickery. Not that we're 100% to hit, but... Karuga. Okay, Karuga actually only gives me 2 more looks. Yeah, we'll make a Titania deck. Cast it. There's protection from Karuga. What about more lands? We're playing 29 lands. You could play... How many lands is enough lands? You know what I mean? Like, I think this is a good ratio of like payoffs, lands, and enablers. I'll turn 2 Emrakul, not good enough. Okay, Trickery Bust. Oh, baby, no. We have to hit well. Imagine hitting Omniscience here, though. Emergent Ultimatum. Unfortunately, the Tarrasque is still in my hand. Oh, but we get to go 1, 2, 3. I guess we choose a Trickery. And then they have to give me either the Ultimatum or the Omniscience and we win. Easy! Easy. Let's go. So they have to give me Omniscience Trickery, right? And I think my hand wins. I think this hand wins with Omniscience. No! 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 I missed it. No. So we had the Trickery again. We had to Trickery again. Damn it. Void Winnower seems solid against them, though. Let's bring in the Void Winnowers. I think I'll bring in like 2 Void Winnowers over 2 lands. No. So I can't. I've already chosen not to cast. You have to cast them immediately. I know I had to trickery my own thing, but at the time I realized it was too late. Oh man, what a fun league though. How's your matchup against Mono Blue Spirits? Like probably bad. Probably insanely bad. Hi chat, how do you have a positive record? This deck is good. This deck is legitimately a good Pioneer deck. You know, going crazy on turn 2, casting an Eldrazi or an Omniscience or Emergent Ultimatum is just nuts. Yeah, we were on the draw that game too. For the play, I mean, I don't know if we find the land right on time. Man, our only hand. Would be a good hand with more than one card in it, huh? Maybe just Did I see you're able to have the combo? I don't think I had there was not a hand that had trickery plus Stonecoil, I believe. I know I'm going through it pretty quickly, but you could rewind. I don't think so. All right, that's one piece of the combo. Like the thing about this matchup is they're Karuga, so they can only have dispute. So like their clock is gonna be really slow. we're really not out of it this game. It does kind of feel like they have to dispute though. A trickery or coil plus 2 Scrylands could maybe be a 4-card keep. No, this deck mulligans to 3 super well. You always want to go. You want to mulligan any hand, 3 cards or above, or 4 cards or above, that doesn't have trickery Stonecoil, because Scryland Stonecoil trickery is just a great hand. It's just better than any 4-card hand by a lot. And listen, like this deck is all in. This deck you just can't take half measures with the deck. Just turn 2 through Thoughtseize. That is, I did that one time last night. It was always feels very good. I did it in the YouTube video yesterday. So Singularity is a trigger, yeah. Easy to make that mistake. But discarding Kinnereth, they definitely have dispute, so I'm gonna wait until I have 5 mana. Yeah, so maybe I'm supposed to keep the Scryland on top, because yeah. I need to have 5 mana here. Easy bottom that though. Why Din and not another Scryland? You need to attack your opponent some amount of the time, I think. Din is like better than a basic mountain in this deck too, because like you curve out at 2. But you sometimes you need to attack your opponent to finish him off. Yeah, just start hard casting Omniscience any day now. Okay, so now we have enough mana to pay for dispute. Do we attack with Den? I don't think we can attack with the Den. They're too likely to have like Bone Crusher. Ban the temples. Yeah, that's the solution. Another Kinnereth. Come on, Stonecoil, please. I guess oh wow. So you can trickery your own trickery. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, they're just getting life. Okay, I need to not F6. They definitely have dispute. My opponent 100% has mystical dispute. So this is only going to work if we draw 2 more lands, which is unlikely, or my opponent taps out, which is also unlikely. I'm also like gonna die. I don't know. I can't go for it here. There's just no way it's good. Isn't fraying Omniscience better than Peer into the Abyss if your goal is to make them lose life? They discard their hand rather than draw. Yeah, but sometimes you want to, if you trickery into Peer, you'd rather target yourself and then like peer, trickery into fraying Omnipotence and then not get to do anything. We're dead next turn. Yeah, I know, but my opponent is 100% has Mystical Dispute. They 100% have it. And so like playing the trickery is just going forward is just a losing line. You just lose. And here I do technically get another turn, right? Because I can go, or I could try to go Den of the Bugbear, chump block, and then if I draw Stonecoil, I can cast 2 trickeries on the Stonecoil if they have dispute. They just tapped out. You can only go for trickery if there's a spell on the stack. You can't do it at instant speed without a spell on the stack. Chat, I can't kill without a spell on the stack. Chat is always screaming mislethal and I don't have it. Oh, this game gives trample too. I guess we're just dead then. (2022) deck bad actually. Trickery Kruga, you still need a top deck Stonecoil if they don't counter it. Trickery Kruga, still need a top deck Stonecoil if they don't counter it. You just keep going. Nobody says anything. You guys want to keep this hand? So you want to, when you're London mulliganing, you want to keep something that, if you have a hand like this, you always want to bottom the Omniscience so that if you trickery Omniscience, you have something good to play. Sanctum Elves. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, so I need to change. Sorry, I forgot to change the title to Pioneer. I haven't done that in a while. Probably Bergie. Good guess. Yep. Bergie indeed. I think Kozilek was the top in case they have not Omniscience. I think I'd rather just dig harder for second trickery. Especially a second Stonecoil in my hand. Can I combo kill them? I can, right? Let's try. This is gonna be way more convoluted than I need it to be. Wait, I have to think? This sucks. I have to think. This is bullshit. This is literally bullshit. Yeah, don't I just get to deck them like this? Or what am I missing? Oh, I don't have a red mana generator. Never mind, I don't. I need Bergies. So I have to like I mean, I don't even think I can hit anything. Alright, good though, I don't have to think. Hey Caster. Thank you for the raid. We're playing Tibalt's Trickery and Pioneer. Might actually lose though. Isn't Tarrasque your second best hit after Ultimatum? Why not +3 Tarrasque? I don't. Oh, they hit the Bergie. We actually just lose. Okay. I don't know the Tarrasque. You could play more Tarrasque. Tarrasque is maybe a better hit than Kozilek. Tarrasque is pretty good. Kozilek's pretty good too, I think. Yeah, the top of the library was so bad. If I just, you know, I guess they'll cast the Coco anyways. Wow, Pioneer is I don't know. I don't know what Pioneer is anymore. Just having a good time. My thoughts on a combo deck with Young Pyromancer Risen Reef. Well, the problem is Risen Reef is a card that makes you want to play mostly creatures in your deck. Young Pyromancer is a card that makes you want to play mostly non-creature instants and sorceries in your deck. And so like the two cards have tension with deck building requirements. So obviously looking for untapped land here. Let's make a good modern deck. Yeah, huh? Untapped land. Opponent's roasting me. Isn't your deck supposed to kill on turn 2? I played this deck last night and I mulled to 1 and my opponent typed in chat GG easy. I had never wanted to win on a mull to 1 more. I had never wanted to mill on a mold of one more. I turn 2 win. Tech for sound. Post like a jacket. Take a look. Yeah, I'm actually kind of on board for. Actually, I think I'm on board for +3 Tarrasques. Yeah, just +3 Tarrasque -1 Kozilek. I think you can still play 1 Kozilek. All right, so you have to stack you have to stack it like this. You have to Singularity and then click Appear, because this has to resolve first. Otherwise, they just leave. They have 32 cards in hand and 5 life. You could maybe also play. There's maybe one other multicolor card you could play, or a monocolor card for like a emergent pile, but you're probably a little too in deep at that point. It's trickery, you know. Don't need to overthink it. Okay, resubmit. You bring in Void Winnower to call odd. You can only Void Winnower is only ever even. Is this the calibrated blast of Pioneer? Yeah, I think that's a good comparison. Maybe the Neo form of Pioneer, although it's probably better in this format. Duck tank. So green-white Ponzo. Okay, any deck that's playing Eladamri's Call and Modern should be playing Orvar on the sideboard for the creativity matchup. Sorry, trying to manage all these tabs. Yashard is not a card you should main deck 4 copies of in Modern. Probably not a card you should main deck any copies of, but if anything, 1 copy as an Eladamri's Call target. I'd be interested in playing 4 Solitude, 4 Ephemerates, especially with these Witnesses. I want to get more of those Ephemerates in there. I want to play Solitude's a better removal spell than March. So you want to flip those numbers. I would play Prismatic Ending probably over March anyways. My opponent might be on Aether Gust as their counter magic of choice. Is there any world where I'd like wait here? If I draw untapped lands. I got mountains in the deck, opponent. I have mountains in the deck. I might have respected your blue mana. World Spell is better than Emrakul. Okay, I'll have to read World Spell again. Alright, turn 2 in. They want to see that the Tarrasque has haste. Not only does it have haste, I get to kill their elf. Easy peasy. Yeah, I do like the just playing more Tarrasque. Tarrasque is a really good hit on turn 2. With Ward 10 especially. Kind of bad against Liliana if you're on the draw, but I do think it's better than Kozilek. So I think just going down to one Kozilek, up more Tarrasque is fine.